We are back once again. It's a Tuesday. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Rated Raw Review, where on Monday Night Raw, everyone young must suffer through 10 plus years of the same people being over. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. They are the real stars, and everyone young must suffer underneath them. Braun Breaker loses again. Femi was over as hell, but he has to play catch up after losing to Brock Lesnar at WWE Clash in Italy. And Jacob Fatu, who just a little less than a month ago, he was destroying Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline. He now is neutered and put on a leash as the newest member of the Bloodline after acknowledging Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. King and Queen of the Ring tournament got underway. So that was where Femi got some of his heat back from losing to Brock Lesnar, one of the most over guys that was on the show from Turin, Italy. Queen of the Ring tournament, Italy's own Giulia takes a pinfall as Io Sky moves on. And we're going to break it all down. We're going to discuss it all in the current state of WWE as well. Top Guy JJ is back. That means it's time for Rated Raw Review episode 122. Let's hit the intro.
He said to watch Tru Heel Heat now! Right now!
This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some Tru Heel Heat, you better listen to the boys.
What's up, Tru Heel Heat? Tru Heel Heat.
What's up? Tru Heel Heat.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw Review episode 122, Acknowledgment Day, reviewing the June 1st, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, as Roman Reigns is acknowledged once again as our tribal chief, and Jacob Fatu has been neutered. We're going to break it all down as only we can. And of course, to do that, I'm going to be joined by my regular co-host here for Rated Raw Review very shortly here. But for now, I am riding solo dolo as we discuss some WWE content. WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix this week. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the live chat. We'd love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts on Monday Night Raw on Netflix this week and overall thoughts on WWE in general at this point. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to get back to what we do here. You want to show your support to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible. You could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support. We got in the chat right now, we got Zach Minger, who says, National Rocky Road Day, SP3 and Top Guy JJ. I don't know what that means. We got Helen Banky, who says, I see the vision. Not the group, I guess. He says Oba will win King of the Ring. The third match with Brock will not be at SummerSlam. Instead, it will be Saturday night's main event in July because there is no PLE that month. He says, look at both Goldberg and Cena's last matches were on Saturday night's main event because there was no PLE happening either time. The big thing that goes against your whole theory or your vision, Alan, is the fact that SummerSlam is in the hometown of Brock Lesnar. They are definitely doing the third match there. Anyway, we got Dion, who says, what's up, SP3 Top Guy JJ in chat? And since you said what's up to him, he has appeared. He is my co-host here on Rated Raw Review. After his 1 week hiatus, he is back with us once again. The one and only Top Guy JJ. How you doing, Top Guy?
You know, here nor there, but present, but gone at the same time. You know, still got my APB out, still got my milk cartons out there. We're still on the search for Chet Holmgren. And he's nowhere to be found. So we've had no luck. You know, he's supposed to show up to work Saturday night, and he just didn't. So, you know. But then we got what we got Sunday and Monday. So
I thought you were talking about the milk cartons for Romeo.
Oh, no. He's been reported missing. He's been reported missing. Like there's a whole investigation out there for him already. I got the milk cartons to get the investigation going for one Chet Holmgren. Gotcha. But yeah. Romeo's been on an investigation missing report.
There's a rumor that he's still outside of Louis Armstrong Stadium making fun of Darby Allin fans that are ignoring him.
It was a few thousand people that ignored it too. Like, I mean, like literally, like not. It was. I almost wanted to join out of sadness, but like literally, no one caved. Like no one.
Oh, we got Alan who says, Liv, I could see winning Queen of the Ring to face Rhea for the next 3 PLE, SummerSlam, Crown Jewel, and whatever is after that. Alan, you are booking some of the worst ideas that I have seen in quite some time in the chat, which means that these are actually plausible things that WWE might do. We also got Dion who responds to Alan, says, I think Oba gets screwed, and I predict a Bron versus Seth rubber match final with Bron getting the win. He says, besides, I think they'll have Brock's last match in Minnesota. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Like I said that just before you came on, because Alan was like, oh, they're gonna do the Brock Oba third match at Saturday night's main event. I was like, because he said, oh, they did Cena and Goldberg's last match on Saturday night's main event. I was like, yeah, but Goldberg's was because it was in Atlanta, in his hometown, and Cena, it was because he worked with the company to get it on a month that didn't have any other big events. Like, these are totally different situations than SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar's event for his whole entire career, and it being in his hometown.
Like, to a degree, it's like it's not a SummerSlam and Brock Lesnar's not in it. That's literally like his calling card show. That's like his calling card event. And it's in his hometown. I mean, is it that we're just like trying to find different narratives and different ways for something that's been talked about for months? I guess, I guess try to spin it, and I've come to terms. This over this past weekend, watching Clash in Italy and watching Monday Night Raw. They're just literally going to do whatever they want, and you're either going to like it or you're not.
Pretty much. They definitely told us that at Clash in Italy.
Yeah. So it's either you're cool with it or you're just not. And it's our choice if we continue watching the shit or not.
Hey, we watch it, so you don't have to, though. This is why we're here for you. We got Power Drive Finisher who says Rocky Road, the ice cream with chocolate and marshmallows. Oh, I thought it was like a song. I was like, or Rocky Out Place. Power Drive Finisher saying, I kind of agree with Alan that it is possible WWE does the match at Saturday night's main event. I mean, it is in Madison Square Garden, so it's not out the realm of possibility. He says Goldberg beats up Brock after the third match at Saturday night's main event to set up Gunther versus Brock at SummerSlam instead.
You know what? That is very in line with what WWE would do. Yeah. Remember, they're beyond logic. They're beyond logic at this juncture. There's no rhyme nor reason to what and how and what they do to get there.
Yeah, like I said, it is plausible. I was like, this doesn't sound good to me. But it is plausible because WWE hasn't been booking a lot of stuff that sounds good to me. So, like I said, seems plausible. King Pedate says, sup SP3 JJ and chat. I'm here for my weekly JJ rant. Think he has a bunch of stuff to rant about. He's had the week off, so. Project Finisher says, damn, AEW be living rent-free in Romeo's head. Yeah, so rent-free that he got upset that people were complaining online about Clash in Italy and last night's Raw, that he said that, oh, I see some good wrestling shows and all I can see is just people complaining about it. The IWC is terrible. And I was like, dude, you're always complaining whenever we're celebrating or enjoying a good AEW pay-per-view. You want to rain on our parade. I was like, this is very ironic.
But is trolling done poorly? Because he went to Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
He was in attendance. He gave AEW money.
Yeah.
When the last time
that was his response. his response was, "Oh, I went to Double or Nothing and I said it was a great show. So don't try to make this about tribalism." I was like, dude, you went to Double or Nothing and then proceeded. You said nothing about it online. Your only tweet about it was the worst experience of getting out of the building afterwards. That was the only tweet he put online about it. He never said it was a great show.
I guess one of those thousands of New Yorkers that just want to cry and fucking get attention off of literally nothing. It's a fucking 15,000 people event, and you expect to just waltz on out of there with all sorts of freedom and space. And like, how old are we? Like, there's been more people that has been doing that shit online, and it's like, it's either your first time at an event, or you're just seeking attention to get clicks and questions. Oh, what was wrong with it? Oh, what was so bad about it? Oh man, they gotta do better. They gotta do better. Bunch of bitches, bro.
Cubans 8 says, man, it's just crazy to me how they shat all over Oba's WrestleMania moment. He retired Brock in quick fashion on the grandest stage, then lost to the very guy he retired a month later. Then now together forever. What did you think about the result of that? We basically called literally everything that we said on May 19th. When we reviewed the May 18th episode of Monday Night Raw. It's all falling into place, JJ. I said, we said, oh, Brock's back probably to get his win back. He's going to win. Then who is Roman going to, I was like, since Brock's is back, who's Roman going to face at WrestleMania? I was like, SummerSlam, I was like, Seth? And well, how did Monday Night Raw end this week? Seth putting up the one.
I mean, once we saw Brock Lesnar, if you didn't know what was gonna happen, then you just don't pay attention, or you just have this wild optimism of something that you think is gonna happen. You think that man was gonna come back to lose twice in a row?
Definitely not after a month. If he's coming back a month later, like, he's definitely not gonna lose. And yeah, we said that. We also said you were I'll give you credit where credit's due. You said on that, it was the week before that when we watched the post backlash edition of Monday Night Raw, and Jacob Fatu destroyed Roman Reigns and the Usos. You were like, I'm happy about this, but I'm hesitant because I don't want them to do a fiend to him. And what did they do in a 24-hour span? Had him lose to Roman due to a spear through a table and another spear. And fucking they put the MFTs out there for him to look at Solo like, I used to love you, but now I have to love him. And he walked down. And then we saw last night's episode where Michael Cole put the term that the Samoan werewolf has been neutered and put on the chain, put on the leash.
That's the definition of getting buried. That's why I was wanting. I didn't even care if it was short term for Jacob to win the title, even if it was a month.
Yeah.
But now you've made him lose. It's great. It's great that he had back-to-back PLE main events. That
yeah,
fantastic stuff. And both matches were good. Right? Both matches were good.
And the Clash one wasn't as good as the Backlash one.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, whatever. They were both serviceable. They were both serviceable.
Better than Cody's matches.
But what they've done is in a 1 month span, backed Jacob into a corner, had him pull the desperate card that he needed to pull. He lost the card. He lost the match. He got on his knee. He acknowledged his ruler. And now he's in the back of the line. Literally, as they're walking, he's in the back of the line. He's the last guy.
Yep.
You've watched the man in front of your eyes, whether you want to believe it or not. Y'all watched him get buried. In real time. But we'll still try to the bloodline is going to be more vicious than ever. All right, what's that got to do with Jacob? What's that got to do for Jacob? Jacob is just going to be he's going to be basically his Samoan Braun Breaker?
Not ready yet.
Speaking of Braun Breaker, how did that go?
We'll talk about that. Oh. We definitely got to talk about that. I did want to hear your thoughts because I saw you talking about it. We talked about it a little in our Tru Heel Heat chat, but we got Alan who says, Top Guy JJ, what did you think of Mask versus Mask?
So that's why I said this is like the weekend, right? This is the weekend that we got. Like we got Clash in Italy. We got this whatever happened yesterday. And then argue with your mama on this. I don't care. This was the WWE match of the year.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
In my opinion,
I would go as far as to say it's one of the greatest WWE matches of all time.
This, watching this in real time, holy fuck! Like, yo. This is the annoying thing about the WWE is that they have that capability. But then we've gotten 6 fucking months of what we got on Monday Night Raw. And then in one night, you've possibly seen the greatest WWE match this year and over probably at minimum the last decade probably. One of the greatest stories of all time. One of the hottest crowds you're ever going to witness in your life. And it was masterfully done. And that's the shit that unfortunately us dumbass fans, probably me included, is sitting here watching and hoping for that they can pull off again. This was basically that fucking needle in a haystack, and they fucking found it. And they gave you and us one of the greatest things you've ever seen in your life. From the entrances to the story, to the match, to the storytelling in the match, to how the fucking match concluded, to the story after the match, to the callbacks during the match. Like, perfection. That shit was perfection. So, in saying that, Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser just gave us one of the greatest WWE matches of all time. And let alone, these cats are time fillers on Monday Night Raw.
Yep. El Grande Americano came out during the ad break on last night's show.
So, this is what I mean, needle in a haystack. There's a baby needle in this giant barn of hay. Everything else in WWE is going to be right on par with WWE bullshit.
Yeah.
This, though, was special. And do not be fooled if you think they're going to capitalize on this, because they're not.
They're not. They're not. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I can answer this question very easily. Is Chad Gable ever even gonna get any type of push from this?
No.
That's my question. No. That's an easy answer. No, he is not.
He'll get like a moment for like a week or two, and then he'll just fall right into obscurity again.
I can see that. Age Dakar saying, do you think the Mask versus Mask was the best AAA match ever? I haven't seen enough AAA to say that.
That's why I called it WWE. That's why I said WWE.
Yeah. As far as like AAA history, out of the matches that I've watched, I think only probably Art Barr and Eddie Guerrero from their team against, I forget who they were facing at the Worlds Collide event in 1994. That's probably the only other matchup that I would say is on par out of the ones that I've watched. But hey, it may be in the argument. You gotta see someone. I gotta talk to someone who's watched more AAA than I have, but it's up there. It's up there. It's one of the greatest match presentations, from like video package, entrances, the match itself with all the run-ins and all the story building and story payoffs that they had in it, and then the post-match, the emotional post-match, and the crowd reaction. Like, this was pro wrestling at its finest. We got.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that when Chad Gable was talking to the people and he had the translator in the ring, you could tell like 80% of the people understood what he was saying.
Yeah, they did.
So it's almost like he got more of a pop than the translator did.
That's it. That's going to be the greatest moment of both of those guys' career, Chad Gable and El Grande Ludwig Kaiser. I think Kaiser, he has something else to go to, because he can go on to face Dom for the AAA Mega Campeon at Triple Mania. But for Chad Gable, he's got to have something in WWE, and I don't know if they're ever going to do that. Him versus Roman Reigns, sign me up for that. But I don't know if they're going to do that.
All they got to do is put a little bit of the engine behind him and he'll do the rest.
Yeah.
But they're not going to put the engine behind him. He's been wrestling for 13 years. Yep. How many pushes has he gotten?
One.
And how many times have we talked about how good Chad Gable is?
Chad Gable has been like little Kurt Angle for the better part of his entire career, and they just never really have gotten behind him like they did Kurt Angle.
Chad Gable is literally what Kobe Bryant did to Michael Jordan. He emulated everything of his, and he is phenomenal at what he does. Unfortunately, unlike the NBA and the WWE, you can earn your keep and you can earn your greatness in the NBA. In the WWE, it is determined if it's going to get given to you or not.
Yep. We got a super chat donation here from Valop, who says Codeberto Ramos needs to drop that easy to find and hard to beat crap. We're 1-1. He's cornier than the end of his AEW run. Unbelievable. Yeah, did you see all the stuff with Cody Rhodes' response to Roman Reigns calling him a little bitch at the end of Clash in Italy, where he said that QB1, nah, fuck that noise.
Yeah, fuck that noise. And fuck that easy to find, hard to beat.
It's become the new, doesn't it feel great to be alive on a Monday night or what?
And he's trying to say this shit every week so often. He's trying to say it every week so it catches on.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is so corny. Only in like his hometown that shit is gonna catch on. If they go to Georgia, they'll probably repeat it. Nowhere else.
Like I always say, easy to find, and then the fans say, hard to beat. Yeah!
Yo, I seen a comment and I almost like want to kick you off of that.
Who? What?
I don't even know what context this means, but it just upset me. The fuck? What the fuck does Cody Rhodes have to do with SGA?
Someone said that. Oh no! Someone said he's the Chet Holmgren of WWE.
Now, at least Cody shows up to work. Whether you like it or not, he at least shows up. But yo, there will be a permanent fucking ape. There will be a hit. There'll be a fucking bounty on you comparing Cody to SGA. What do we? It's the only man that showed up for us.
I know he dropped 35 in Game 7, y'all. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Who you think is winning the finals?
I'm not gonna be the bitter one and say I'm going for the Knicks, but I do want to see the Knicks finally do something. At least while I'm alive. I'm gonna see, unfortunately, because we're in the same fucking conference as this motherfucker, we're gonna see multiple Wemby championships.
Yes, we are.
This is probably the only real, like, concrete chance that the Knicks have. Because this is the best that the Knicks are going to get. This is the best they're going to be. The Spurs haven't even hit their apex yet.
Nope.
They haven't even, it's like literally, it's like how they're a better version of us going to the finals against the Miami Heat. They're younger and they're better than that group. And not because anybody's better than Westbrook or Kevin Durant or James Harden or Serge Ibaka or Steven A. It's that one motherfucker. It's that one motherfucker that literally can guard the whole court.
Yeah. He changed every shot. He changed the way y'all were going to the basket the entire game.
I mean, if you're 6'3", and you're driving to the basket and you're looking at a man's stomach, how the fuck are you supposed to get that up? Pause. You know, because somebody's going to be out there and be like, how are you supposed to get the shot up? You're driving to the paint and you're getting to the cup and you're like at his fucking stomach, right at his chest. Because this man is like over a foot taller than you.
Yep.
And when those fucking arms reach out, this motherfucker is like 11 feet tall. You see, I did say pause. See, I said pause first. See, you don't get to pause me after I pause.
You just press and play. You press pause after someone else press pause.
Me after,
press and play.
That means you okayed the comment.
Yeah, exactly. You press and play. We got Real Nikki who says, anyways, Wemby the GOAT, Spurs in 5. Before I made my prediction on Tru Heel Heat check, I remembered back in what was it, January, when they did the NBA Cup. I had said after the NBA Cup that the Knicks were the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they were obviously going to win the Eastern Conference. And then they proceeded to lose 5 in a row. So I said Knicks in 6.
Yeah, I mean, I did say the winner of the Western Conference Finals is going to win the NBA championship. So I'm not turning away. I'm not turning away from that.
You did.
I want to see the Knicks prevail. But the better team just came out of the West.
And it would be crazy. It would change the whole like NBA landscape if a team this young wins an NBA championship.
The Knicks just better win games. they just better win games. Because Lord have mercy. This city will burn if the Knicks get swept.
Yeah, I don't.
And they won't even burn like parts. They'll burn their own homes that they're in. They'll just eliminate themselves.
If the Spurs get a sweep, if the Spurs get a sweep or even a gentleman sweep, I think it's going to be bad.
The depression and the unemployment rate in New York is going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
If that either one happens.
Yeah. And like
so the city of New York is literally depending on an effort from the New York Knicks. You see, at least I could sleep at night. I'm good. I've seen my Oklahoma City Thunder win a championship and take the alien without two. That's literally what we was trying to accomplish against the Spurs is literally, and I'm not going to say it and to try to put it into existence because, you know, things happen. It's literally, if you know basketball, you take their third best player and you take their best bench player off the team and try to beat that team. Yeah. I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to jinx anybody and put shit into existence.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all lost your second best shot creator and your third best shot facilitator. So, and y'all still touched them to 7. So that shows how deep the Thunder
You know what? Props to Luke Cornett, bro. Luke Cornett literally won them the series.
Yeah,
Luke Cornett won them the series. And it's not only it's literally that in that 10-second span, that shit went from a fucking should have been a 4-point game, jumped to an 8-point lead in seconds. From the block to the transition. -2 points for us, plus 2 points for them. That ended the game. And then SGA finds Hartenstein on a nice little cut. Pass was too hot. He drops the ball. Game over.
Shout outs to New York's own Julian Champagny, who shot the ball out of there. And I don't know. I think I've said this before, but he went to high school with my nephew, Taj. And I saw him when he was a junior in high school. And I was I'm getting old when I see someone that went to school with my nephew in the NBA finals.
They got a team over there, man. Champagny, Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper was literally like slowly like poking fucking needles at my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was literally every fucking chance that Cason Wallace hits a 3 or Lou Dort finally hits a 3. This nigga hits a step back pull up. This nigga hits a turnaround fadeaway. This nigga hits a fucking 3-pointer with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Dylan Harper held the lead. Luke Cornett sealed the game.
Yep.
And none of that's Wemby.
Exactly.
But this is how the Spurs are, And of course, I've been tooting the fucking I want De'Aaron Fox to play horn because games 3, 4, 5, 6, Basura plays the game of his life in game 7. De'Aaron Fox was on one.
He's former Mr. Clutch. He was Clutch Player of the Year like 2-3 years ago, and he came through when he needed to. So, yeah, the Spurs deserving, and they were built to beat
it. And I said
the Thunder.
They deserved it. Like they fought their asses off, and honestly, man, like they were us last year. They're the hungrier team.
Yeah.
Like we have the championship, so we were proving to be the best team. San Antonio's the hungrier team.
Yeah. That's why when we did Tru Heel Heat check, I even said, I was like, I don't really think the Thunder need anything. They just need to be healthy. What would this series look like if J-Dub played out there? What would this series look like if AJ Mitchell didn't get injured? Like it all comes down to little things that you don't really need, like an acquisition or, I mean, other than dropping Lou Dort. I think Lou Dort's time in OKC needs to end. But besides that, and Chet needs to fucking step up when he has to. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Chet might get traded. The game was like it. I would have been like, cool if Chet was like 2 for 15. Wemby had like 8 blocks. That would mean Chet was going at it with Wemby. He was getting after it with Wemby.
Yeah.
This is where it changed for me completely on Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren scored the first 2 points of our team's game. He scored the first field goal. That was his only field goal all game.
It is what it is.
That's
We
worse
do
than
have,
James Harden, bro.
we got Nikki Boy who says the Samoan werewolf has officially been neutered, which is the perfect transition point. And thank you, Nikki Boy. He's been a member of the channel for over 3 years. So pretty always appreciate seeing you in the chat. Thanks for joining us today, because we got to talk about Monday Night Raw, which took place from Turin, Italy. This was one of the best crowds of the whole entire year on Monday Night Raw. What did you think?
Yeah, man. Like, WWE just needs to do more tours outside the fucking country again. Ooh, I just kicked my fucking desk. Yeah, they just need to do more tours outside the country, honestly. Like, they seem to put on more serviceable product, whether you like it or not, when they're out the country.
Yeah. And
you know, this show is either this is going to be a polarizing show, because there's going to be people that really like the show, and there's going to be people that just like has got that WWE nausea that's just going to hate everything about it.
I can see that. There was stuff about this show that I really enjoyed. There was stuff about this show that I'm just like, this is an unaspired company. But I will say this show was better than Clash in Italy. That's the biggest compliment I can give this show. This episode of Raw was better than Clash in Italy to me.
I mean, that's not
it's not saying much, but it's still better. Following the opening credits, we get Michael Cole, who then tosses to a recap of Clash in Italy the night prior. And then as the recap ended, we got the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He comes out of his car. They arrive at the building along with Jey and Jimmy Uso. The Turin crowd cheered the arrival of the self-styled OTC, fresh off of his victory in tribal combat the night prior at the same venue. Commentary discussed whether or not Jacob Fatu would adhere to the tribal combat rules and acknowledge Roman as his tribal chief, as well as the MFT staring down the world champion after the conclusion of the PLE. Once Roman and the Bloodline arrive in the ring, the music died down and the crowd started serenading them with many, many chants. They were even singing to Roman's theme song when he came out as well. The Turin crowd was great with that. They did that same thing to Brock Lesnar the night prior and to Gunther as well. You get Reigns, who says that he had been waiting for a long time because there was no day quite like Acknowledgment Day. Jey Uso demanded Jacob Fatu show up this instant because he was late for the ceremony, and that cued the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu himself. He showed up, taking his time to get to the ring. Reigns demanded Fatu get to the acknowledgement already. Fatu approached approached Jey Uso first. He stared down with him before Reigns reminded him. Fatu approached Reigns and knew, he said, he approached Reigns. He knew what he was getting into when entering tribal combat. Both what would happen if he won and if he had lost. Fatu acknowledged that he took a loss to Reigns last night, but he was a man of his word. He says, last night I lost to my tribal chief, but then he looks over at Jey. I didn't lose to your punk ass, Jey. Fatu says he was going to keep it 100. His family, his kids saw him take a loss, but he took it like a man. And he states that I acknowledge you, Roman. He gets on one knee, kneeling down to the OTC. He extends his hand like he's the Undertaker, signaling to the urn, except he's signaling to the Ulafala. Roman grabs his hand and gives him a handshake and brings him back to his feet. And he says, "You don't understand this right now, Jacob, but I love you." Jimmy Uso says that this was a warning shot, bang, to the whole locker room. That they were the twos and the Bloodline were the ones. Everyone in the ring threw up their ones. They leave together as a unit. They once again raise their ones in the air as they walk down the aisle. And this ends the acknowledgement day for Roman Reigns, as Jacob Fatu is now officially in the Bloodline. This is pretty much what I foresaw when Jacob first came out on the Raw after WrestleMania, that this was a storyline to lead to him joining the Bloodline. It basically was bar for bar, note for note, word for word, the same story that we saw with Jey Uso 6 years ago. But now the Bloodline has reached a point where it has gone on longer than the NWO. So following the same formula, bar for bar, note for note, it doesn't hit the same. And it's a law of diminishing returns to me. This and the whole dynamic of everything doesn't work because the Bloodline are like the most overact in the company. Roman is the most over guy in the company, but he is talking and acting like his gaslighting, manipulated tribal chief self. But he's being cheered for it now. I saw the comparison. I think it was Brian R. Solomon on Twitter who said this was the equivalent of Stone Cold Steve Austin joining the corporation and it being viewed as a babyface move or a happy ending, a satisfying conclusion to his story. Jacob Fatu was way too hot. And he was so over when he first came into the company, and he was so different from everybody else because he kept a lot of the things that made him different and made him stand out before he came to WWE 2 years ago. And he kept that when he did come into the company, and he felt like he was going to skyrocket and be a champion before long. But now we're here 2 years later, and they've done in the last couple of months, they did a whole angle where he got attacked backstage, and it was supposed to set up a mystery on who attacked him, and they never paid that shit off. He feuded with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. It looked like he was going to be in the WWE Championship matchup. That got scrapped, and then he just faced Drew in a nothing unsanctioned matchup at WrestleMania. He gets into this feud. He looks like he's red hot coming out of the Backlash match. And then he looks like he's neutered coming out of the Clash in Italy matchup. And then he's bowing and kneeling down to Roman and becoming to the back of the line on the Bloodline behind Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. This isn't the best look. This isn't, to me, how you present one of your new stars who you want to be a top star. Yes, it's the start of the story of him eventually probably usurping or, rising and getting frustrated with the rule of Roman Reigns and turning on him. But it really kind of just diminishes all the work that you did before this. And now you're just starting from scratch. So I didn't come out of this segment that pleased as I usually am with Roman Reigns and Bloodline stuff. And it's already 2 months after WrestleMania, and it already feels like old hat. Top Guy JJ, what did you think about this opening segment?
I mean, for context, for content purposes, it was cool. But for Jacob Fatu just went on the hamster wheel. He went right back to where he started. Now he's a part of a group again. He's about to be in no big pictures for Lord knows how long again. What did this accomplish for anybody but the tribal chief? Absolutely nothing. Like, none of this did anything for literally anyone in the ring but Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Jacob looks, I mean, yeah, Jacob had to honor the code of the Samoan heritage, and he had to, you know, acknowledge, he knew what was on the line and all of that. But that card didn't need to even be played to make Jacob look like this. And, you know, it's like, oh, it's not a bad move. Jacob is now on the bloodline. Now look how powerful they are. Who the fuck are they getting powerful for? Who the fuck is on this roster that's going to have any level of threat or any compelling television to this? Who? Oh, we're talking about maybe Femi, the other babyface, the other mega babyface. So either Oba's gonna have to turn heel, or the Bloodline is gonna have to do something so dastardly to make them turn heel. Apparently, Roman's been trying, because Roman's been saying some really fucked up shit. But the people just love it more when he says fucked up shit. So it's doing the complete opposite. The only thing that Roman could do is constantly shit on the crowd every single week, which is like, all right, same song and dance. But that's never really been Roman's thing. Like, he would take a subtle jab and call them idiots or something. But Roman never pandered to get boos from the crowd. That's never been his style. So if he would try that, it would not only look forced, it would just look unauthentic. I mean, the segment was okay, but again, it's like, what does it do for anyone involved other than Roman Reigns gearing up for another super long title run because he got an army behind him now? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I watched that segment and was like, yeah, it's cool to see my tribal chief. It's cool to see the bloodline and all of that stuff. And yeah, this ain't 2022, 2023 anymore. Like that white hot peak every time they come on TV don't hit the same. It's been 4 or 5 years now. Like they're not wrecking shop. Like, they're not doing shit that dangerous groups and crews normally would do and fuck shit up. They just come out, rule, get acknowledged, say a couple cool little lines, and leave. That's your cup of tea. That's fine. But, you know, it's going to get very boring very quick.
Yeah, it's just because we've been down this road. We've done this. Yeah, we've done this for too long. So I think that's why it feels like that to a lot of fans and to yourself. We do have a couple of super chat donations here. We got a new name in the chat. Miss Cupcake seems to be very pro WWE, saying, no, the American fans feel entitled and are spoiled. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
And that's a hell of a point, because what's crazy is that, remember when they went on there, I think it was like they were on like a cross country, they went on a European tour, they went on, and they were out of the States for a couple months. Mm-hmm. And when they came back to the States, those first couple crowds ate it alive, because overseas set the expectation of what the crowd should be. Mm-hmm. They need to go on another one of these tours and make it probably a little longer to make the fans starve. But then you know what's going to happen when you make the fans starve? They're going to go in their little computers and they're going to raise the ticket prices even more. So they're going to be like, if you're going to pay all this money, you better participate.
It's true.
You gonna
It's
pay
true.
$500 for section 200 seats. You ain't going there to waste your time.
We got King Potato who says not to bring up AEW on a Monday Night Raw show, but AEW needs to open their post-pay-per-view TV shows with a recap of the whole pay-per-view, especially in a time where newer fans are tuning in to watch the show for the first time. I don't need AEW to do too many things like WWE. So I'm perfectly fine if they don't do that every show. If they don't do that, it does help to kind of get people up to date. So if they want to do it from time to time, I'm totally fine with that. But I like the way they opened this week's AEW Dynamite, where they focus on that show. They had the commentators talk about the big stuff that happened on Double or Nothing, and then they took us to some new content from Double or Nothing with the interview, with the promo segment between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. I like that. I like that opening. I'm not saying that they should have put a recap of the whole pay-per-view. No, I like how they do it. I like the fact that AEW is different from WWE, because then I would just be there, oh, y'all biting off of WWE if they did it all the time.
I mean, I think it would be cool to add little pieces in there, like after or before, like they start, if they do a segment or while they're coming to the ring, like do maybe a quick little recap of what they were involved in. Like if Will Ospreay's coming to the ring, you could show some highlights of his match. If you got Darby Allin coming out, you can show highlights of his match, but you don't got to do the WWE full-on recap style.
Yeah,
that would be
that's just them adding time to these shows with the recap that they do, where they tell you everything. And plus, it's much different between AEW and WWE. AEW is asking you to pay $40-$50 for their pay-per-views. WWE is just a subscription service. I think it's two different things now. WWE don't have pay-per-views anymore. They have premium live events because they're a part of a subscription service. AEW is giving you you have to pay $40. Now, will the people that just watch the pay-per-view and don't need the recap now watching AEW Dynamite, and then they see a full recap where you're telling the non-paying audience what happened at the pay-per-view, they're going to be like, there might be one fan out there that's going to be like, why did I pay $40 if you're just going to tell me everything in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah, if I get a full-on recap, I don't need to pay the money. I could just watch your intro clip and be like, "Oh, that was a cool show. That was a good show. Oh, that show wasn't that bad. Oh, that show sucked." Yeah, there's a certain element of secrecy when you buy the pay-per-view and only you get to see and enjoy and remember that pay-per-view.
We also got here another super chat donation from our friend Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says Heyman wasn't lying when he said we're in the third inning, because they're still running this story. WCW Bloodline 2000.
If we're in the third inning, I mean,
we were in the third inning in 2023, so that means we're only in the sixth inning. A year is an inning now.
So 2030, this will culminate.
Yep.
Got it.
Because you're getting an extra inning.
Because they'll do the top of the ninth 1 year and then the bottom of the ninth the next year. So the ninth inning will get 2 years.
Yes. There you go. Now you're thinking.
And oh shit, we cooking? Oh, we getting extra innings now.
We cooking now. We got Dion with another super chat donation saying Jacob is right back where he started.
Yep.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Very, very plainly put and very factually correct.
Yep. Dion saying Jacob should have continued his unresolved issues with Cody Rhodes after Mania. Yeah.
No,
If this was the result of everything, I would have just wanted him to go after Cody instead of Roman.
Yeah, right. Nope, not happening because Roman just sent Jey after Cody. He sent the Yeet Man, the one that couldn't stop cheesing on camera.
No, couldn't stop clapping.
Throwing his ones up. He's fucking grilling the camera, smart, like so unserious. But yeah, you're gonna be the one that's gonna be the guy going in the tournament attempting to go after Cody.
Yeah.
Why you never told Jacob you never seen that title before? Why you never told Jacob? Right? If that would have been a little bit better and more intriguing, if you would have been like, you know what, Jacob, I got your first assignment from you. I got your first assignment for you. Go take that from that fake QB1 over there and bring it to the family.
Bring it to the fam. We got super chat. We got a super chat donation from Will Chisholm who says, problem is a Roman think it will work. I think Roman's convinced that the bloodline is the only thing that will work for WWE in the main event scene. He said all of this at the beginning of the year before he won the Royal Rumble with the Pat McAfee show, when he said, y'all had 2 years. Now I'm back and we're going right back to the formula that made it the boom period.
Well, boom periods don't last very long.
I think it's over.
That's the Attitude Era.
I think creatively, the boom period is over. Business-wise, they're still riding it out. They're still doing great business. But creatively-wise, the boom period's over.
I mean, they're still selling out some places. So,
yeah.
Shit is financially for them. And that's all that matters. The dollar bill, y'all.
It's true. We had commentary who get on the screen, Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and they announced that the Máscara versus Máscara, Mask versus Mask matchup between El Grande Americano and the original El Grande Americano would air live the encore presentation immediately following Raw on Netflix. This match was so good, WWE said we're going to put it on the bigger platform to more people on Netflix. That's how special and great this was.
And they was like, you know what? This shit going to be better than anything we put on TV tonight. So, yo, we going to milk this shit. This is just letting y'all know. This is a reminder to y'all. This was a flex. That wasn't no recap. That was a flex to let y'all know that this is our shit. This was out. This ain't AAA. This was WWE.
Thanks.
And the same man that called Monday Night Raw called that match in AAA. Reminder, this is our shit. Just remember that.
This is WWE AAA. This weekend definitely reminded me of like 2018 with the takeovers being better than the main roster, except now it's in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, for real. But hey, it is what it is, man. That's why it's like, if you gonna like what you like, you like what you like. If this is the shit that you're gonna subject yourself to, then that's fine. If you don't want any alternatives, that's on you. You know, we'll be here to tell you the truth, but we're not going to be here glazing the fucking shit out of it like how some lifers do and how some other people will find ways to defend this shit no matter what obvious fucking blunders they do. Nah, not here for that, bro.
We get the bracket. There was a very confusing thing going on with the bracket. I've seen 2 different brackets for this King of the Ring tournament.
Oh, yeah?
There was the original bracket that came out after Clash in Italy, which had Tala Tonga and Ricky Saints on it. And then there was this one that came out right before Monday Night Raw went on the air. This one was for the King of the Ring tournament, and it it basically removed Ricky Saints and Tala Tonga from the bracket and instead put Sami Zayn and the returning Drew McIntyre. So here's the two different graphics if you want to see the difference. The other one has Tala Tonga and Ricky Saints on it. This one, the one that I just shown, is the one that went on WWE's website that had Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre on the bracket. So, but the biggest thing from the King of the Ring bracket was the fact that Finn Balor is on the SmackDown brand because he was under the blue at the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side. He had blue next to his name, meaning that he was a part of the SmackDown brand. We would get confirmation of that later on in the show. What did you think about the King of the Ring brackets when you saw it?
I mean, I don't know. It's a bunch of guys.
Who's your pick to win?
Seth Rollins.
Unfortunately, you're right. King of the Ring kicks off.
If you thought I was gonna pick Oba, you're out your fucking mind to think that Brock Lesnar is not gonna cost this man the King of the Ring.
Speaking of which, we had the King of the Ring first round fatal 4-way Penta, Solo Sikoa with Tala Tonga, Carmelo Hayes, and doom, 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 doom,
ooh,
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 doom, 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 doom.
Oba, 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 Oba.
Boom, boom, boom.
He's here to squash
Boom,
some
boom,
thugs.
boom. And oh my God, we got the best Oba Femi entrance of all time. You get Oba as all the guys try to come at Oba, all four opponents, and he just smacks one, he slams another, he clotheslines the other, and then he gets in the ring and he hits his fucking pose.
That shit was gangster. That shit was gangster, bro. I was like, yo, how you get rid of the bugs and then hit him with the pose.
Like, bang. That shit was awesome. It was awesome. The crowd was going crazy for him. Once the bell rang, you get Solo, Hayes, and Penta all tried to team up against Oba to no avail. You get running uppercuts in the corner as Oba was going mad at this point, hitting everybody that was moving. You get him hitting the uppercuts, but then Solo intercepted him. We get a right hand from Oba that sent Solo to the outside. Meanwhile, you get Penta and Mello. They start going at it. We get a Penta driver attempt countered by Hayes, who turned into a no-look fadeaway leg drop, but Penta kicks out. Penta's super kick was met in kind with a Hayes super kick, but the leaping springboard clothesline was intercepted by a Penta super kick again. We get outside the ring where Tala Tonga was staring down with Oba, who went back in the ring and hit Hayes and Penta with a double choke slam. We took a commercial break with Oba in firm control as he was dominating at this point, laying out everyone who was moving in the matchup. We come back from break as Hayes and Penta. During the commercial break, we should add that Oba took fucking Solo to school and took him to the outside where he was beating his ass on the steps in the crowd, which was a great visual. You get Hayes and Penta. They exchanged chops in the ring while Sikoa stepped inside and hit both men with clotheslines. You get Solo, who disposed of Oba by throwing him into the steel steps, which allowed him him to briefly gain control. However, Femi stepped inside and then he clotheslined Sikoa. We get a super kick from Sikoa, was followed up by a first 48 on Oba as Femi missed a running shoulder tackle. And then outside the ring, you get Sikoa and Tala, who threw Oba into the ring post, followed by a rough-looking running big boot that sent Oba over the barricade. Tope con Hilo from Penta to Solo, but then Hayes caught him with a big Tope con Hilo of his own, almost jumping over Penta in the process. In the ring, it was nonstop action as Solo missed a Samoan spike. He got hit with the Hayes Dirty Diana. Penta hit Hayes with the Penta driver. He got a 1-2, but Solo broke up the cover. Inside the ring, you get Solo, who notices that Oba is coming alive as he raises himself over the barricade. Then you get Tala, who goes after Oba, but Oba catches him with the big boot. Back suplex over the announce table. Tala just got tossed like he was a lightweight as he hits the announce table and then bounces right off of it without it breaking. He then Oba sends Solo across the ring. He hits a big chop on Hayes on the apron. He lays out Penta with the spine buster. He then finishes off Solo with the fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. Oba Femi picks up the win in dominating fashion. This was awesome for Oba at the end. Really fun matchup overall, with the crowd really invested in it, and it told a great story with everybody teaming up against Oba, including Tala outside the ring, but it could not stop the ruler from picking up the victory here. Post-match, Oba gets on the mic and he says that Brock Lesnar questioned him whether he could take an ass whooping. Femi says that after taking an ass kicking in 7 F5s, he took Lesnar's best shot and was still standing. He promised to win the King of the Ring, as he then noted that it was 1-1 in his series with Lesnar. I'll see you down the line. Oba is focused on winning the King of the Ring and also focused on Brock Lesnar. This was a nice job of like helping Oba regain any momentum, if any, that he lost against Brock the night prior, and he looked dominant at the end. So that was great, and the crowd ate this up. What did you think?
Yo, this match was good, man. This match was fire, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. The fact that they jumped him to start off with, they just sicked all the dogs on him. You had even motherfucking Talatonga fucking it. See, that's how when you know it was fucking meaty men slapping meat, is when Talatonga fucking hit him with that boot and he couldn't even fucking get him over the fucking barricade, and he just shoved him with his foot over them. I was like, see, I gave props to Tyler on that one, because I was like, that was a man move right there. Like, he's like, no, you are going over this motherfucking shit. Like, he shoved that motherfucker over that barricade, and then just the match, the back and forth, and they were all good in there. Penta, even Solo was decent in this match. Carmelo Hayes always shows out. But that visual of Oba getting up and Solo looking like he was fucking seeing a fucking ghost rising out of the ashes, that shit was fun. This was a fun match. And my God, that fucking chop on Carmelo. Woof.
Chop the crap out of him.
Woof. Yeah, this match was good, man. And then I was like, the way it just looked so easy. The way he just tossed Tala through the table. And he didn't even break the shit.
Yeah.
And he got lift on it. He got lift on that shit. Like, he didn't even fucking just like drop him. Like, he got some air under that shit. And then he did the exact same thing to Solo. Like, these are not little people. like Tala's like probably like 320. Solo was like 280, 290. And they didn't look like it.
Nope. With ease, tossing his ass with ease.
Yeah, nah, this was fun. And I mean, we know the rubber match is coming, so it's like, listen, no, I'm not gonna sit here and keep complaining about it, because it's happening. Whether we want it or not, it's happening. It's coming. It's more than likely going to be either at Saturday night's main event at the Garden or SummerSlam. But more than likely, I would probably predict. I would like, obviously, if you go into what I would like it for it to be Brock's swan song at SummerSlam. Because we clearly know that they're gonna save Oba and Roman. Like, you can already see from the tea leaves that they're saving that. Like, they're gonna save that. They're gonna probably save that for like an Oba winning the Royal Rumble or something.
It should be noted that Ibu of Self-Made, he reported yesterday that he's heard from his sources that WWE has Oba versus Roman basically penciled in as an alternate plan for WrestleMania 43 if The Rock doesn't decide to basically compete on that show, which to me sounds hilarious. That the 28-year-old is the backup plan, is the plan B if the 54-year-old legend doesn't decide to wrestle in Saudi Arabia.
But it unfortunately, if it was anywhere other than Saudi Arabia, it wouldn't make sense. But it's in Saudi Arabia, so it makes sense. Like, Saudi Arabia is gonna want the clash of their great people's champion, the final boss, and they're gonna want the tribal chief. Like, the storyline care over there is probably completely different than how we view it week to week. But, if they go I think the world other than Saudi Arabia would want Roman versus Oba, but Saudi would be happy with Rock and Roman.
Please.
But yeah, I think it just, the tea leaves are just there that literally they're saving this. They're saving this. Like, they're not pull. This is a trump card. This is a stadium sellout type match. Yeah. This is a stadium sellout match of something that they're gonna fucking make you fucking sell down payments to houses on for WrestleMania.
I agree. I definitely agree. We got here Alan saying, did WWE give Fightful some bad info because on Raw nothing changed? So is Sammy and Drew in the King of the Ring or not? It wasn't Fightful reporting that. It's literally WWE put that on their website, dude. They put that on their website. They put that on their social media. WWE just put out wrong info. It shows that they have bad communication within their company right now, and they're not organized in the least bit.
Yo, bro, Liv Morgan didn't even know she was in a tournament. She has to find out.
Exactly. You saw that too, right?
Yo, Shorty was drunk. Shorty was drunk. I don't give a fuck what no one say. She was nice, bro. Like, Shorty was. You could see the. Wait, let me see the bracket. Let me see the. And you could just, and that Liv Morgan is fucking awesome, by the way. She's awesome because, for one, she had no idea she was even in this shit. And then the people, she didn't even know who she was fighting. So she's literally just running down all of these people and then cuts a promo on the crowd. Like, yeah, she all of that shit was on the fly. She was awesome for that because they gave her nothing. And she turned that shit into fucking lemonade, bro.
It's like, no one wants to fight me. So we got a super chat donation here. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, our good brother. You missed out. Chuck Berries freaking gave us a $200 super chat on Saturday for the Tru Heel Heat flagship podcast, and basically was trying to bribe us to not talk about WWE on the show.
Parlay. He must have hit. Don't tell me you hit on a fucking parlay on the Spurs, bro. I'm gonna be really mad at you if you hit a parlay on the Spurs, bro. I'm gonna be really mad at that. I'm gonna be really mad at that, but I'm gonna be like, you know what? You a motherfucking G for that.
Hey, yeah, you motherfucking G for sharing the wealth. We appreciate you, bro.
He hit a parlay, bro.
We appreciate you, Chuck. He says, could you guys see a scenario for which Oba wins King of the Ring and then goes to SummerSlam and wrestles Brock on night 1 and Oba on night 2 for the title? I'll be honest, no. I can see the alternate of he faces Brock at Saturday night's main event, but I think JJ made a great point in the fact that you went through all of this with Oba with the three matches. He should be the guy then who retire. You did a fake retirement. He should be the guy that really retires Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Fuck all this plans of Gunther stepping in at the last minute and taking that from him. You did a fake retirement that took some of the shine off of him beating Brock at WrestleMania. So you need to go all the way and have him actually be the one who retires Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So if you're going to do that, you can have him win at Madison Square Garden and then face Roman at SummerSlam if he wins the King of the Ring. I think that scenario makes sense to me, except that the downside is he's not the one that's going to retire Brock Lesnar, because Brock is definitely going to wrestle at SummerSlam. So I could see that, but I don't, with everything that's kind of lined up and everything that's going on here, I don't think that Oba winning the King of the Ring, I don't think that it's a guarantee that he's going to beat Roman at SummerSlam then.
And then once you get the time to marinate shit, that's not the WWE's formula, and it never will be. Like, they've only done that with one person, and it happened to be Brock Lesnar. Like they don't do that. Like, they're going to marinate the fuck out of this, and however they get there, they're gonna get there. And for Gunther to beat Brock Lesnar and retire Brock Lesnar ain't going to sleep to Gunther. Like that's not something, like the way Brock needs to get retired is through an ass whooping. Yeah. Like, he has to get his ass beat to retire. You're not gonna put him into retirement via a sleeper hold. Like, look how big Brock Lesnar is. Like, you think it's gonna really be believable to anyone that Gunther would be able to put Brock Lesnar to sleep, and Brock Lesnar's just not going to pick his ass up and throw him all over the place? It's not going to come off believable. So the believable way to retire Brock Lesnar is to beat his ass into retirement, and the only person capable of doing it believably is Oba Femi.
Yeah, I agree. We get a recap of Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker's rivalry before their main event matchup on tonight's show. And then we get Sol Ruca, the new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. She comes out to a good pop from the Turin crowd. Ruca enters the ring, and she took the mic as Kathy Kelly got ready to ask her some questions about her win at WWE Clash in Italy. Ruca was congratulated on her win, and as she was asked that if she thought if she'd be standing as a champion just a month after joining Monday Night Raw. Ruca says that she believed that she could be a champion, but most importantly, all the fans believed in her, that she can do it. From the bottom of her heart, Ruca offered a simple grazie to the Italy crowd, who popped and erupted in cheer. Ruca gave props to Becky Lynch, stating that she gave her a chance to test herself against the very best, and she proved Lynch wrong. And it wasn't just her saying it, everyone was saying it. Ruca said that we deserved a fighting champion, and that's exactly what she would be. Sol said that people might be ready to underestimate her, just like Becky Lynch did. But at the end of it all, anyone who steps up to her, they'll hear the same thing that we heard last night. Sol Ruca is your women's intercontinental champion, and she's going to snatch your soul. She kisses the title. She gets a big pyro display as well. This was box standard kind of promo and everything. Nothing out of the ordinary with Ruca here, but it was nice to hear the crowd definitely into her and giving her the love, even though the "you deserve it" stuff doesn't really work when she just got here. And that was the first match she ever won. on the main roster. But what did you think about this promo?
It's WWE logic for you. They see a big star. She loses her first 2 big matches. Her third big match, she wins a championship. It's WWE logic for you. But it was good to see that beautiful black woman holding that championship up like that.
Our biracial sister.
She's somebody, honestly, she's somebody you can't dislike.
No.
You can't dislike Sol Ruca. She's right now, because she's not even fully in full on character yet. She's just so chill. She's so cool. She's pure. She's pure. And, it's cool to just enjoy this form until they start making her do character changes and start making her do all sorts of fucking weird shit and shit that's not her at all. So I'm enjoying the pureness of Sol Ruca right now, which she's being herself right now, which I like.
We got Alan here says, why is Sol out here talking shit when she is 3-1 in matches lately?
1 in 3.
1 in 3. 1 in 3. 1 in 3.
Technically, she's 2-2.
No, she's 2-2. You're actually right.
She's 2-2
so far
because she lost her first.
She won
2,
by DQ.
She won by DQ, and then she won the match against Beth. So she's technically 2-2.
Yeah, she's 2-2. Come on, y'all. And technically, even before she got officially called up, she beat Bayley. So she's really 3-2.
She's 3-2. So she does have. You just defined WWE logic. That's why she deserves to be champion. Good job. You just given them their fucking golden ticket. She's a winner.
She's a winner. She's over 500, guys.
That's it.
Over 500.
That's it.
I do appreciate the crowd actually getting into her theme song now too, where they were like,
yeah. Okay. See, bar is being set. You fucking entitled Americans. Now watch not one place in our land is gonna bop to the Brock Lesnar song. Not one person in our land is gonna bop to the Roman Reigns song,
or
not one town is gonna bop to the Sol Ruca song.
Yeah,
they gave us bops to fucking copy, and watch we take none of them because you know why? Because we're too good for that. We're too good.
We're America.
We'll clap like a bunch of fucking mooks.
Then we get Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes interaction after WWE Clash in Italy, where Cody ran into Roman as the two had a tense stare down, and Cody put his head down and walked away like a little bitch. Elsewhere, Reigns was watching with the rest of the bloodline and says that he'll catch up to him. He got something for him. But then Reigns gave Jey Uso his orders to go win the King of the Ring and potentially take the other one, talking about Cody's undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam. As Jey left after getting his marching orders, Reigns pulled Jimmy Uso aside and told him that Jey needed to do this on his own.
Dog, yo, why every chance Roman gets, yo, he just belittles the WWE Championship?
Get that other one.
Go get the other one.
The other one.
Like, damn, dog.
He belittled the title that's on his shoulder for so long. Now he's belittling that one.
This nigga's trying to make two meaningless titles in the same company? Go get the other one. You ain't even call it the WWE title. You said the other one.
The other one. Then we get his ego is ridiculous. It's quite astonishing. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus the team of All Ego, Ethan Page, and the Bangaranga. Rusev.
The number one bum.
Page and Dragon Lee got this match going as the latter ducked Page's attempts at grapbles. Rusev tagged in and took a chop from Dragon Lee, which didn't do much. Rusev fired himself up and proceeded to stomp away at Lee until in the corner. This was followed by a foot choke along the bottom ropes for a defenseless Lee. You get All Eagle, who re-entered and kept punching at Dragon. The powerbomb attempt by Page was reversed into a Hurricane Rana in the corner. Over the top wrecking ball drop kick by Dragon Lee in the corner, and then a running drop kick got a near fall. Page got sent into the ropes as Rusev tagged in. The unaware Dragon Lee wasn't ready as he nearly got ambushed by Rusev, but he rolled him up for a near fall. You get Rusev had to kick out at 2 here as he and Dragon stared each other down. We get a loud ovation as Mysterio was about to tag in, but then Page took him down off the apron. Rusev got wind of this and grabbed Dragon for a spinning slam as we went to commercial. Back from commercial, you get Dragon, who sent Rusev over the top rope to the outside. Ethan Page had to stop him with a leg lock, but the tag to Rusev, who stomped at Dragon and slapped Rey in the corner, which allowed the referee to be distracted as Rusev and Page stomped on Dragon. You get Rusev, who threw Dragon into the corner again, but that allowed Dragon to hit Page with a forearm. We then get Rusev's attempt to play defense was stopped by a super kick that floored his opponent. As both Rusev and Dragon Lee were down, they headed to their respective corners. As finally Rey Mysterio got the hag tag, he started storming into the ring with an enziguri on Page. He then hits a running senton and a springboard press for a 2 count. We get a big boot by Page, stunned Mysterio. We get Page, who tripped up Mysterio and placed him in position for the 619, but Rusev grabbed at Mysterio's leg to stop it. Page sent Mysterio into Dragon Lee as the two roll up for kickouts at 2 by the veteran. You get Mysterio's Hurricane Rana was turned into a Boston Crab, but Dragon Lee broke that up with a super kick. Dragon then sent Rusev into Page with a Hurricane Rana. Then he flew over the top rope with a tope, through the ropes with a tope suicida, taking out the Bangaranga. And then finally you get Rey Mysterio, who hits Page with a 619, and then he follows up with the drop in the dime to get the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Very good matchup. Rey Mysterio being able to perform like this at 51 years old is a medical marvel. This is a guy that most people wrote off and says that he was close to retirement like a decade ago. And he's still doing his thing. And this Italy crowd loved every minute of it. Just fun action throughout that they were into. Like nothing like consequential in this matchup, but it was just a fun matchup with 4 good performers. What did you think?
Fun match. It was good. But Ethan Page has now been infected by this bum.
The Bangaranga?
You're not catching me saying that shit. I'm not following.
He has a shirt. Who's buying that shirt? Who's buying the shirt that says Bangaranga Rusev?
Not following bum tendencies.
Bangaranga bum?
No, he's just a bum.
He's the Bangaranga bum.
Yeah, bum. However you end the dialogue, it's going to end in bum.
Bangaranga.
Hey, at least he's winning at life.
He is. He got Lana. That's all you need.
Yeah. That's like when you say something nice about him. He's got a hot wife.
Bungaranga is hilarious. Thank you, Bob Driver.
I'm not even gonna say that because that's gonna be just following his stupid fucking made up words now.
We got Chuck Berries who says, are we getting main event Jey Uso 2.0? No.
Speak that shit into existence. You might see it.
I doubt it. I just doubt it.
I don't want to see it, but fuck what we want.
Project Finisher saying, loving the old school look on Rey, and y'all keep talking shit about him just because of the BS with him being a terrible father. Man, I don't give a fuck about that WWE shit. He's also a terrible GM, to be fair. And that's what I was talking about.
Wait, who's talking shit about Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I don't know who's talking shit about Rey Mysterio other than me calling him a terrible GM. I said nothing about him in the ring.
Wait, I'm confused. Who's talking shit about Rey Mysterio?
I don't know. King Davion says, I'm going to be sad when Rey calls it quits, one of the most influential wrestlers ever. Oh, maybe it was when I said he's not a good commentator. He's not a good commentator on Triple
I mean, that's a critique of something that he's not good at because he barely does it.
Exactly. Not everybody's going to be good at commentary. Commentary is a lost art, to be honest.
Yeah, according to our good friend Paul, because we love WWE so much that he wanted to let AJ Styles dibble into the creative side, and AJ decided that it wasn't for him. AJ's more of a talent recruit, so AJ's going to be in the talent recruiting pool. So, yeah, everything's not for everybody, and commentary is definitely not for Rey Mysterio. And even Harlem agrees.
Hi,
Harlem.
Say hi, JJ.
The Bonnie bed was broken with a
piece.
Oh, really?
Hello, Harlem. I know you can. I know you can hear me now because
you're talking to the mic.
The Bonnie bed was all ruined, and it broke into pieces.
This is how Liv Morgan sounded Sunday.
Yes.
He's having the time.
Great. Thank you for the story.
She's having the time of her life running in here. That was great. See, that's what you see when you get tipsy and you get drunk. That's a type of life you want to relive. It's just doing and saying whatever you want and not caring.
Yes, that's definitely Harlem. That's definitely Harlem for you. Thank you for the hey Harlems in the chat. Always appreciate it, y'all. Then we go backstage to Adam Pearce, who spoke with Penta, who had a match set up with him and Rey Mysterio. He said he's going to set that up and he'll let them know when it's going down. LA Knight then confronted our Raw general manager, upset about the recent Bloodline loving, stating that Pearce was playing favorites with Roman Reigns and his family. He was like, what did I see last week with you sitting in Roman Reigns' locker room talking to him about setting things up for his tribal combat match? Adam Pearce played this nigga. He said, well, Roman Reigns is that was not me talking to Roman Reigns about bloodline business. That was me talking to the world heavyweight champion about a title match. Something that you're not, basically. Knight took note of Pearce basically pointing and said, oh, look at that. What is that? Oh, you putting the ones up. Stating that you make me sick. I should make you come out of retirement so I can knock your ass right back into it. LA Knight was hilarious. He was hilarious. He was hilarious as the whiny bitch bitching about Roman Reigns, but he was funny as hell. He made it work.
Yeah, he's doing great at giving nothing, because that's basically what he's given. Is he's giving nothing. Like, just go out there and just talk shit. And he made the most of that shit because he served Adam Pearce.
But Pearce kind of served him back though too.
Yeah, he did. Having important conversations with champions.
That's what I do. I'm the general manager. I talk to the champ. He was like, you never talk to me. He was like, well, you're not a champion.
Well, you're a fucking nobody, to be frank.
To be frank with you.
You're basically a more fucking vocal version of Rusev right now.
You're just a basic bitch.
Yeah, you're a bum. You're a bum too. You just got a bum. You just got a gift the gab.
Exactly. hit him with the Enzo Amore. I got the gift of gab and the gift of jab, and I'll knock your lazy eye straight.
What's he going? And there's only one word to describe you.
SAWFT. So
that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, that's. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be so great when they come back. It's gonna be so great when they come back. Oh my god,
we're so ready.
When you hear that like Italian theme, when you hear that, oh, everybody gonna know what that shit is. Everybody gonna know what that shit is. You kind of like got a little nervous optimism. If they hear that fucking shit is gonna go crazy.
It's gonna bop. It's gonna be a bop in the streets. Then we get a highlight reel of Noches de los Grandes. Mass versus Mass. They show a highlight package showing everything that went down during the matchup, which was strange because they were gonna do an encore presentation immediately following the show. So not sure about that one. Then we get a recap of everything that happened when the original Grande Americano unmasked to reveal himself as Chad Gable. And I was like, yo, they showed most of the speech. They showed him handing the mask up and everything. And I was like, oh, so they're going to do a segment with Chad Gable after this, right? Right? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So Chad Gable went all the way to Italy to do nothing. Got you.
That's funny.
Cool.
That's funny.
That's cool.
They're going to do something with Chad Gable.
That's cool.
Yeah, about that.
That's cool. That's cool.
About that.
That's cool.
He's going to spend the next 6 months healing from the match.
Then we get the Queen of the Ring tournament. Let's look at the bracket for the Queen of the Ring tournament. You got on the right-hand side, you got on the bottom, you got Bayley, Raquel Rodriguez, JC Jane, and Kiana James in one fatal four-way. Left-hand side, you got Sol Ruca, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill on the bottom half. On the top left-hand corner, you got Chelsea Green, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and WWE Women's World Champion in this tournament to determine who's supposed to face her or Rhea Ripley for the title at SummerSlam. She's in the tournament. And then we have our matchup, which was up next, Roxanne Perez, Io Sky, Julia, and Lash Legend. Any thoughts on the Queen of the Ring bracket and who's your pick to win?
I don't really have a pick to win. I mean, can you put it up one more time?
Oh, jeez.
Listen, man, that's 16 females, bruh.
You've seen this more than once.
Nigga, just load the picture. Be a producer.
Make me do things more than once. I don't like to do things more than once.
Well, you should have kept the graphic up longer. There we go. Based on this, I am going to pick. I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go with JC Jane in the finals against. Jesus Christ, I don't like this side. Yeah, JC Jane and Liv Morgan is not a good match. Yo, this is tough. This is tough. This is a tough side. Because you could easily see Jade Cargill winning. You could see them re-sparking something with Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte. You could see the man have a resurgence. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to lose. All right. I'm going to go with JC Jane in the finals going against. Let's throw a fucking wild card in there. Let's go Charlotte Flair. And JC Jane is going to win the Queen in the Ring.
I'm going to go with JC Jane versus Chelsea Green.
That was my second option, but I was like, I don't even see her getting out of that round.
I can see Liv winning that 4-way.
I see Liv winning the first round and Charlotte beating Liv.
Makes sense. Then we got our first round matchup, first fatal 4-way of the tournament. Roxanne Perez, Io Sky, Lash Legend, and Italy's own Julia. Roxy, Sky, and Julia went after Lash, being the biggest competitor in the matchup. You get Julia was caught by Lash, but a Io Sky drop kick broke things up. You get he took her down. You get Perez who struck Sky from behind and then battered her with punches and bunches, but soon herself got hit with strikes of her own. You get Sky got sent out of the ring by Perez as Legend came back in. We get a guillotine put on by Julia on Lash, but she was placed on the top rope. Legend held Io and Perez while we get a drop kick off the top by Julia to lay everyone out, and then Julia gets the pose with the big ovation from the fans in attendance. She gets a back suplex on Io as well. We get a back from break. We get Julia who drove Legend into the steel steps as the former hit a drop kick on a stunned Legend. Perez and Julia apparently had an alliance, but the former instead sent her into the commentary table. In the ring, you get Perez was hit with a shotgun dropkick by Sky, who began to steer as the pace picked up. We get another dropkick from Sky as Julia joined the fray. We get a nice little spot where we get Io and Julia put on head scissors on each other and Roxanne, and then Lash comes in and she puts a Boston Crab, turning all the women over at once. Perez and Julia were trapped in the corner as Io barreled in as she hits the bullet train. We get Legend who snuck up but got hit with a double stomp from Io. We get the Arrivederci knee from Julia to Lash, but Perez broke up the cover. Roxanne then got Julia and Io with a double DDT. In the corner, we get Pop Rock's attempt by Perez on Io, but as she headed up top, looking for the over the moonsault, Julia intercepted her and got a double underhook. Look for a suplex, but Perez recovered and joined the fray. We get the Tower of Doom spot as Legend comes over and delivers a double powerbomb to Julia and Perez. She then picks up Perez and hits the Lash extension, but then Io comes off the top rope with the double foot stomp. She lays out Julia and then finishes things off with the over the moonsault on Julia to pick up the victory and win to move on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Io Sky feel like the best choice out of the ladies available in this one. She's still one of the best in-ring performers in all of WWE. This was a solid matchup, not on the level of the King of the Ring first round matchup, but still some good action in this one and solid work overall by the ladies, even though Julia taking the pin is probably my biggest nitpick of this matchup. This was the most over that Julia has been since she got called up to the main roster, and you just blew it and then had her take the pin at the same time, which was kind of ridiculous. What did you think?
Yeah, I guarantee you they didn't put that much thought into who was taking the pin. They just picked Julia and said, that's it. Yeah, Julia's taking the fall.
Yeah, perfectly fine Roxanne Perez to take the fall here.
No, it's Julia. We don't care about Julia that much. You get to see the end. Like there's nothing there for Julia, unfortunately. Mm-hmm.
She chose wrong. She listened to Rossi, and Rossi told her to go to WWE, and she's been paying the price for it ever since.
Yeah, like she's even like aligned with like Kiana James, which it's like none of this works for her. Yeah. Like she's just so misguided and misdirected. Like they got her changing her look like every other fucking week now. Like it's because she's trying to find some form of identity in this place, and they're just not. Yeah, they clearly like what they had in NXT is not what they have here on the main roster with Julia.
But even on NXT, she lost her aura after like a month because Stephanie Vicaire showed up.
Mm-hmm. And it's even worse now. Like it's even worse now. Like Julia is like a certified jobber right now, which is disgusting. But this is where we are. all these talented women, and you obviously out of the 16, you chose her to be the first one of 16 people to take a pinfall here. Good job.
Because you don't care about Julia. Fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they said, why? That's why. Oh, what's the reason? That's why.
Dion saying in another universe, Julia could have been in the women's Owen with the possibility of facing Tekla at All In. Yeah. The fact that Tekla was basically the underlinging to Julia in Stardom, and now you look at their two careers and you're like, well, Tekla is definitely in the better spot in her company than Julia is.
Yeah, because AEW actually gives other women chances. There's been a lot.
Not much.
No, but what I mean is that there's been a healthy amount of AEW women's world champions.
Yeah.
Look on this side: Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan,
Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Oh, they forgot they had Bayley.
Oh yeah, Bayley was champion like 2 years ago.
Like they have maybe in a range of like somewhere between 6 to 8 women's champions over like the last like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah,
and they just rotate them.
Let's see. We'll just do from since AEW has been in existence. We had Rio, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Saray. Who was after that? Mariah May. Then we had Chris Statlander and Tekla. So 7 years, 11 different AEW Women's World Champion. WWE, the last couple of years, because they have 2 titles, it's probably more.
And I bet you it still won't amount to 11.
Let's see. Okay, right now it's Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So before Liv, it was Stephanie Vicaire and Jade Cargill. Before that, it was Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. You had Io Sky before that. That was Rhea Ripley again. Then it was Liv Morgan again on the women's world title side. Then before that, it was Becky Lynch. Before that, it was Rhea Ripley again. Before that, it was Charlotte Flair. Before that, it was Ronda Rousey.
Oh, come on with this bullshit.
We're going back to 2022. Then before that, it was Charlotte Flair.
And you didn't. I don't think you mentioned Bayley.
No, I'm just trying to focus on the Women's World Championship, which was the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh God!
Just trying to stick on that for a little bit. And then who is it? Who was the champion before Charlotte? Who was the champion before Charlotte? Nikki ASH. Nikki ASH.
All right, I'm done. All right.
We have to go all the way back to 2021.
I'm done here. I'm done. When you got to go back and remember Nikki ASH, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this whole. I'm done with this whole conversation, bro. Done. Just done.
Gotcha, nigga. Then we go to the women's WWE Women's Championship. Before who did we leave off on? We left off on Tiffany Stratton. There was Nia Jax. There was Bayley. Io Sky. We already counted. That's 13. They have 2 titles, and they only have 2 more than AEW so far. Before Io, it was Bianca Belair. Before Bianca, it was Asuka. Before Asuka, it was Bianca Belair. Before Bianca, it was Becky. Before Becky, it was Bianca. Before Bianca, it was Sasha Banks. Before Sasha Banks, it was Bayley again. Before Bayley, it was Charlotte again. We've gone like 5 years, and they only have 5 more than AEW with 2 titles.
2 titles. 2 titles, 2 shows, like 80 PLEs, Saturday night's main events, weekly specials. Yeah, you just proved my point.
Yeah, I did. You got mad when I said Nikki ASH, even with the tie of getting more than AEW. They have 2 titles to do that.
But no room in there to give Lash Legend, fucking Julia, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, fucking Kiana James even. Looks like they're going to finally try to make a new one with JC Jane.
Yeah. So they get 17.
It's just so limited with what they do.
Yeah.
So limited. Now, all these people, there's 16 women on there. They're going to push one.
Like I'm always gonna call out AEW with their lack of effort for the woman scene, but like it's more disappointing for WWE because they have more women and we know they can do well. We know they can do better because we've seen it before, but they just choose to do this.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. Roxanne's gonna get a title reign in the next year. I think she's my pick to win the Money in the Bank.
I'm not holding my breath on that.
Well, also fair. We go backstage to Maxxine Dupri, who was a bit upset with Adam Pearce for being left out of the Queen of the Ring bracket. Pearce says that when an opening came up, Dupri would be informed, but they had limited space in the tournament. And basically Maxxine says, "Oh, you're saying you look me over?" He was like, I don't have that much space, but if an opening comes up, you'll be informed. Pearce left.
They rather put the current women's champion in there instead of yo ass.
That was the funniest part. But Otis and Akira Tozawa tried to calm her down, but Dupri pointed out that Dupri was talking a lot with Austin Theory, reminding her that Theory was bad news, and Dupri stated that she knew what she was doing. There we go. Well, they're bringing it more into the forefront, despite still doing the background scenes with Austin Theory and Maxxine, but they're making a part of the storyline now.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't know who gives a fuck. I really don't. Then we get a video of Danhausen, who has uncursed the New York Knicks and helped them make the NBA Finals that start this week in San Antonio, perhaps due to Danhausen uncursing them after cursing them thanks to Stephen A. Smith. The Knicks have gone on an 11-game winning streak in the NBA playoffs, 2 back-to-back sweeps, and winning 3 straight against the Atlanta Hawks in the first round after going down 2-1, and all of it is due to Danhausen, according to WWE.
This was a disgusting vignette. Like, these niggas just had to throw themselves in there somehow because of their little partnership with ESPN. That this is because of Danhausen.
Yeah.
You know what's even worse? Knicks fans would probably believe some of this.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever.
Then we get Kathy Kelly, who interviews Bayley and Lyra Valkyria backstage. The interview was interrupted when Valkyria noticed the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Sol Ruca walking backstage. She pointed out how the stipulation of no longer being challenged for the women's Intercontinental Champion is no longer applied now that Becky doesn't have the title. But she also congratulated Sol and says that she deserved that win, and I hope she heard what the fans out there was saying. So she suggested calling her shot for an opportunity at the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which Sol says she was definitely down with. She said she would be proud to defend the title against the first woman to hold it. And then Bayley pulled up and was just confused on Lyra leaving their interview where they were talking about the Queen of the Ring tournament. And Lyra tried to explain that she has an opportunity now to go after the women's IC title. She got excited and left Bayley just staying there looking stupid.
Pam is just not gonna get it, bro.
She's gonna stay forever.
Yeah,
I'm convinced at this point.
Pam, she's just not gonna get it. You got your own partner just bouncing on you during interviews, bro. I mean, it's her choice. She made her bet. She's laying in it.
Didn't they win a tag team matchup last week where they told us that they were going to be in line for a women's tag team title opportunity?
Yeah, oh yeah, that happened. Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened last week.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about it already.
It wasn't a good matchup. I think that's why they forgot about it. And then next week we're in Paris, France. So another afternoon Raw, which I'm very happy about, JJ. Paris,
yeah. I was
France.
like, God damn, I'm watching some Raw on my lunch break. I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird.
It's so much better. I enjoyed Raw yesterday so much more because I was able to watch it at the time y'all usually watch it. I was watching it at 7 p.m. here. We get next Monday and
good for you. Better
next Monday
than 1 a.m.
Exactly. Next week in Paris, France, we got the King of the Ring tournament first round matchup. It's going to be Seth Rollins versus Javon Evans versus Ricky Saints versus Tala Tonga. So fuck that in that new graphic, that new bracket that we got earlier in the day. They said, oh no, we're going with the original graphic. This matchup is either going to be very good or I don't know. And then we got the Queen of the Ring first round fatal four-way. It's going to be Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. Any predictions for these two?
I'll pick this one. I'll pick Chelsea Green to win. I'll pick Chelsea Green to win this match. And the men's, I will pick. Oh, Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
pick him to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I think Seth wins that one. I'll pick Chelsea. Nah, you know what? I'll pick Liv. I'll pick Liv to win the other one because why are we putting?
That's me.
Oh, I get to hear it next week, JJ. You're gonna hear it. Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We here, we lit, baby.
Bad decisions. Bad.
All right. I decided to put all of the basically the ad break segments all in this segment of the show. So we'll run through these very quickly. We had one ad break before the Queen of the Ring tournament matchup that had Lash Legend talking about why she's going to be Queen of the Ring because she's the bougie bully. She's a bully because she can rough around anyone in the ring, and she's bougie because she looks great and she looks like a queen. Then we had the Judgment Day with an ad break promo where they asked Dominic Mysterio about the King of the Ring tournament. They asked JD McDonough on his thoughts on Finn Balor moving over to Friday Night SmackDown. It was revealed in the bracket that he would be moving to Friday Night SmackDown, but Byron Saxton confirmed it during this ad break promo. More on that in a bit. And then you had one of the most popular people in all of wrestling in an ad break. El Grande Americano, who came out to a huge pop from this Turin, Italy crowd. He says that he won mass versus mass, and now he will go on for greatness for years to come and represent Mexico everywhere he goes. Why are you putting him in the ad break? Biggest win of
because
his
we
career.
needed to see fucking Maxxine Dupri, Akira Tozawa, and fucking Otis in a backstage segment.
What's your
We
thoughts
need to
on
see fucking LA Knight goof around with Adam Pearce backstage?
what's
But
your thoughts on
Grande Americano after the biggest win of his fucking life?
what's your thoughts on Finn Balor moving over to SmackDown? It was reported by Wrestling Observer Radio that this was a move done to keep him away from the Judgment Day, and the creative thought that he needed a fresh new scenery to go around.
All right, so who did he get traded for? Oh, there's no compensation?
Future consideration.
Yo, these niggas is a joke, B. A trade means someone's involved. It said, "Nah, we'll get back to you." This is WWE logic for you, bro. Wait. Maybe
it was Jacob Fatu. Maybe
are they
it was
gonna
Jacob
officially
Fatu,
make this a thing now? They're gonna be like, Jacob is officially traded to Raw.
Maybe, but then Jacob Fatu would just be the trade for Gunther, because Gunther just got moved over to SmackDown.
Yeah, Gunther's on SmackDown, and Roman owns Jacob, so Jacob didn't get traded; he got owned. Jacob is now property.
He's not even a human anymore. He's property now.
They've literally said it on live television that he's been castrated and he's been fucking chained. This is coming from WWE television. He's been neutered and chained.
Finn got to go on the same show as his ex-Judgment Day stablemates, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley.
So they just sent the old Judgment Day to SmackDown.
And R-Truth.
The old Judgment Day to SmackDown.
It's the new Judgment Day.
So now Dom is the OG of the Judgment Day.
Yep. Hell yeah. OG, triple OG. Needs rabies shots. That's wild. Then we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, where Roxanne Perez was upset about her loss in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Liv talked about how, she's going to win the Queen of the Ring tournament, not even paying any mind to Roxanne being upset. She then tells Roxanne, "It's okay, Roxy. You know, your Judgment Day is family. As long as we're family, you'll be okay, right?" She was like, "Okay, what do you want to do then, leader?" She was like, "Well, I'm going to be in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and I just can't wait for me and Daddy Dom to become king and queen of the ring." Raquel was like, "What? I'm in the Queen of the Ring." She was like, or you. And Dom was like, "Or you, JD," not realizing that JD's not in the fucking tournament. And then they all basically leave out together, and Liv is left alone looking like she just got what she wanted, and she's smiling ear to ear. The Judgment Day has jumped the shark so bad.
This whole thing didn't make any sense.
No, none of this.
So first, she doesn't know how to read the room.
No.
And she doesn't know who's in the tournament.
No.
Mind you, she had a full day to recover from being drunk. So apparently she had a hangover. Because she's coming in there spinning like, "Me, I'm gonna win the tournament," and that chick just lost. She just lost. Good job, WWE.
Trouble, that's me. Cherry lips and bad energy. Say it once, say it twice, and I'll give it
Definitely
to you.
Oh, night.
I'll be your bad advice.
Yeah, can't wait to tune in next week to hear you sing that dumb shit again.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Because you know she's getting the whole entrance, while the other chicks are going to get ad breaks.
As it should be. Then finally, it was time for the main event of this show. Seth freaking Rollins going one-on-one with Bron Breakker with Paul Heyman in his corner. The Turin crowd absolutely loves Seth here. They're singing Rollins' theme song during the commercial break, and then even when we come back from break. The main event got underway with a big stare down. That was before Rollins was forced into the corner by Breakker. Rollins responded by punching away at Bron, and then he was thrown across the ring with a German suplex by Breakker. Rollins responded with the sling blade and then a clothesline. Rollins kept the momentum going with a pair of tope suicidas. On the third attempt, though, Breakker caught him and sent him into the barricade and over it, jumped onto a whole pile of plants in the front row. The Raw main event returned from commercial break with Breakker grabbing Rollins by the chin and then mocking him. He paid for that with open hand strikes from Rollins that sent him into the corner. Breakker answered with another German suplex that forced Rollins out of the ring. At ringside, Breakker drove a knee into his gut and then threw him into the ring post. Breakker then launched himself with a flying elbow to the face on Rollins on the outside. Breakker then smashed Rollins' face repeatedly against the Italian commentator table and then rearranged the furniture. Rollins was sent back into the ring afterwards, but Breakker caught him got lifted in a military press position before Rollins countered with a reverse neck breaker. Rollins then hit Breakker with a series of clotheslines that finally kept Breakker down. A knee to the jaw by Rollins as he headed to the apron and launched himself into a springboard swanton, showing more of his arsenal, since a lot of his arsenal Bron was ready for. Rollins then went to the top rope, but Breakker was still trying to recover. He cuts off Rollins and hits his top rope Breakensteiner. That wasn't enough to put Rollins away, but then Breakker had Rollins dead to rights as he had him on the commentary table. He tries to hit him with a spear, but Rollins catches him with coming off of the apron. He catches him with a big clothesline as they both fell. Back from break, you get Breakker, who punched Rollins in the corner, but got lifted in position for a sit-out powerbomb for 2. The action spilled to the floor where Rollins pulled the steel steps next to the announce table and put Breakker on the steps. Rollins ascended the steps, but took too long and then allowed Breakker to push him into the ring post. Breakker then ascended on the top rope, but Rollins cut him off with the superplex into the Falcon Arrow for 2. Rollins then hit Breakker with the super kick and the curb stomp, but Breakker got up before he was able to hit the curb stomp and hits him with a pop-up spear. Rollins rolled out of the ring, so Breakker put him in position on the announce table. He looks for the spear, but then Rollins reverses that into a pedigree in a great spot as the English announce table just explodes underneath them. Back in the ring, Rollins hits him with another pedigree and gets the 1-2, but Breakker kicks out. Rollins again had Breakker in position for the stomp, but then Austin Theory showed up out of nowhere to interfere. He tried to interfere once, but Rollins was able to send him over the top rope. Breakker missed the spear, and then Rollins hit the stomp. 1-2, and then note as Theory got in and hit basically Paul Heyman was distracting the referee, and then Theory hits Rollins with the tag team title belt, knocking him out. This led to Montez Ford hitting a big dive to the outside out of nowhere on Theory. Breakker then hit Montez with a big spear on the floor. In the ring, Breakker got Rollins with the spear, but that wasn't enough as Rollins kicks out. Rollins with the curb stomp, but by Paul Heyman puts Breakker's foot on the bottom rope to break the cover. Heyman kept taunting Rollins, which got the Vision's former leader's attention. Mind you, Heyman botched the foot on the rope, so Breakker just had to put his foot under the rope because WWE did not practice putting foots on ropes, apparently, over the last 2 days. Heyman kept taunting Rollins as Rollins got in Heyman's face. Breakker looked to hit Rollins with the super spear through the barricade, but Rollins got out of the way, which caused Heyman to get hit by the spear through the barricade, laying him out. Meanwhile, you hit Rollins, who grabs one of the World Tag Team title belts and puts it around his waist. Breaker comes into the ring and he hits the spear, but he hits the title belt at the same time. Shades of Bret Hart and Goldberg from 1999. Rollins was able to recover. He hits one final stomp. He gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here and defeat Braun Breaker. Post-match, you get Rollins, who took note of Montez Ford at ringside, pointing him out and seemingly showing his appreciation for the assist. As Rollins celebrated the victory, he puts up the one in the air, signaling that he's coming for Roman Reigns. Great match. I want to say great match. This match was better than anything on Clash in Italy. This felt like a genuine blow-off to their rivalry, and these guys have excellent chemistry with one another. They just flow real well. I think Breaker's found one of his better opponents on the main roster in Seth. Seth's ability to just work that babyface style with his high flying and versatility works so well with someone as explosive as Braun Breaker. The pedigree through the table was a great spot. The different stomps attempts and then the interference by Theory worked well to get the crowd just fully invested in rallying behind Seth. I like the inclusion of Montez Ford after everything that went down on last week's show. My only nitpick to this is one, Braun Breaker losing on the same weekend that Femi and Jacob Fatu lost, and just going paint by the numbers with the guys that have been main event stars since the Obama administration in WWE, just still staying on top to this point. And also it just felt like Breaker got all the help in the world. Seth got hit with the World Tag Team title belt. He was able to recover, but Braun spears the title like he couldn't see it around fucking Seth's waist, and he loses because of that. So I don't think they executed it well. It does protect Braun in a way, but Braun didn't also look like a dumbass at the same time, if you understand what I'm saying. But like I said, great match. I enjoyed the hell out of this. This is one of the best matches on Monday Night Raw this year so far, and the crowd added so much to this one. What did you think, JJ?
No, this was a good match. Like, so the fact that we've said that 3 times on this show is actually astonishing. So they've had like 3 really good matches on this show, which is wow. Like, that's good wrestling on Raw. Wow, that's fucking foreign territory to me. But no, this was another banger. This was really good between these two. It's like their chemistry is getting better as well. So there wasn't many like missteps or like misplaced, spots that they had. It looked, they were pretty flawless in this match for the most part. Yeah, as far as like listen, once you seen Femi lose, did you really think Braun Breaker was gonna get over? Like, come on, man. They're gonna do this rubber match shit all over the motherfucking place. The only person that wasn't getting a rubber match was Jacob Fatu. Jacob wasn't getting that shit, but this shit was gonna go for a little while. Like, Braun Breaker ain't letting, and that's kind of where I'm a little hesitant on picking Seth Rollins to win the whole thing, but something I just say an inkling that he is, because they could run that back at Night of Champions, Seth and Braun is probably, Seth might win, but then Seth is gonna get attacked and whatever the case is. But I think Seth is still going to win, in my opinion, but I won't be surprised if Braun cost him that match and they fight at Clash at Night of Champions. Like, I wouldn't be surprised either way, honestly. But yeah, the rubber match is coming. This was a good match. Their other match was pretty good. So at least they're having good matches in the process. But it's like, damn, bro, why can't y'all just let these YNs live?
Nope.
We just can't let no YN live, bro. We can't let Oba live. We can't let Jacob live. We can't let Braun live. Like, we ain't even giving Javon Evans breath of life. Like we done already fucking started to cook Ethan Page already. Ethan Page is a bona fide loser already. like all the YNs are just getting cooked. And guess who the victors are? Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, all the old heads.
Niggas who have been main event stars since the Obama administration.
It's just that's the part that's
we've gone through two different Donald Trump administrations and a Joe Biden in between since WWE positioned a permanent and cemented a permanent new main event star. Even someone like Cody that came in during the first Trump administration, he was a guy that was with the company from 2007.
And that's why it's like they have all these people, all this talent. And guess what they're going to say for SummerSlam? Seth and Roman. Cody and Punk.
Yep.
Brock and possibly Oba. Like, they just keep rewinding back to the old head. Like, they just keep going back to the well. Like, they just don't have faith in these cats. And it's like, all right, if y'all don't got faith in them, then why the fuck are we believing in them?
Yeah, like I like I said, I love this matchup. Thought it was great stuff from these two guys. I thought it was a little bit better than their Backlash matchup, but like the finish is just like, oh well, Bron's still not ready. I guess Seth was right. He's still not ready.
Gonna be Seth's tagline for the next like 2 months again. Yay, yay! Great storytelling. Great storytelling because Seth had to cheat to win, so Bron isn't ready.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's not ready, but you're cheating to win, so he's not ready. Got it.
Why does the WWE hate YN so much?
I don't know. We just named off a whole bunch of them, and they all fucking losers right now. The only one that actually managed to get himself in the win column was Femi in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yep. Against a whole bunch of people that were always going to lose to him, regardless of him losing to Bron Breakker.
Ethan's a YN in the WWE world.
Yeah.
Ethan's a YN in the WWE world. Ethan barely been around for a year.
Unless you're 40, you a YN to these niggas. Because all the top stars, all the guys that have permanent spots in the main event scene, your Seth Rollins, your Brock Lesnar's, your CM Punks, your Roman Reigns, your Cody Rhodes, they all in their 40s.
Yeah. And
Randy Orton.
Yeah, mind you, Oba's damn near 30. Bron Breakker's damn near 30. Yeah, but they YNs.
They gotta wait a few more
YNs,
years
bro.
before
They still got like another 10 years to go. They got like 10 more years to go before they become true main event superstars.
They're not ready yet. Triple H heard Mark Henry say, "Oh, Javon Evans needs like 15 more years before he becomes a main eventer," and he was like, "So that must mean we got like 10 more years on these other motherfuckers."
Damn, if that's the case, then Carmelo got to wait like 20.
Carmelo's older too.
Carmelo's gonna wait like 20 because he a true YN.
He's older. He's like older by like 7-8 years.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No, he's older by like 10 years on Javon.
He gonna be the fucking red shirt fucking #1 pick for like a decade. That's why they haven't done a draft in a couple years now, because that shit don't matter, cuz whoever the #1 pick is, that shit don't matter.
Oh, and don't get us wrong, Alan, Rhea Ripley, the women don't count in this, what we're talking about. It's only the men, because the men are the ones that they really feel are like the top stars. The women, they are willing to give women title runs and title reigns and position them as main eventers, even if they're in their 20s, because the women in their mind are not the main event stars. When was the last time the women main evented a pay-per-view that actually mattered? A SummerSlam, a Royal Rumble, a WrestleMania. It's been a couple of years, and it definitely wasn't in the Triple H administration.
Because Triple H definitely he don't see he doesn't see color, but he definitely see gender.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When was the last time a woman main evented a PLE?
That's a good question.
Fuck a WrestleMania. Fuck a Big Four. Just any PLE.
I think the last time might have somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was
we ain't
Rhea
talking about
Ripley.
Evolution.
Yeah, I'm not counting that. I think it was Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber 2024.
It's great. It's great. All right, cool. So we still about another cool, like 2 more years from getting another one.
That's insane, though. That's kind of crazy, right? Am I the only one that thinks that's kind of crazy? That it's been like 2+ years since the end of women headlined a co-gender PLE.
I mean, to be fair, it's the same thing for AEW side too.
Oh, the woman never main event.
Exactly.
I went in on AEW already on Saturday. This is WWE's time to call them out on their shit.
Yep. Well, I mean, at least they've done it before. But Jesus Christ, it is not. We're not even saying do it like every other month, but damn, like y'all could trim it to at least like once every 6 months or something like that. There could be one story in there that could headline something once in 6 months or something.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Tech saying y'all think Punk is fighting Cody at SummerSlam. I'd figure they'd save that Mania 43. If they're doing Roman and Rock or Roman and Oba, then yeah, they'll probably do Punk and Cody there. I can see at SummerSlam, I can see Cody dropping the title to Gunther at Night of Champions and then winning it right back at SummerSlam.
Damn. So what happened to this staying ready, Punk, and you're not leaving or you're not coming off TV?
Oh, you didn't see the report on that? The report on that.
You showed up the night after Mania, and we haven't seen you since.
The report on that was from PW Insider, who said that WWE doesn't have creative right now for CM Punk. CM fucking Punk does not have creative ready.
So they don't have jobs for CM Punk. That's the state they're in. There's nothing ready.
I don't have anything ready for you, man.
Anything for you yet?
I don't have anything for you, man.
And when we do, it's gonna be special.
It's gonna be fantastical. We don't tell these simple stories. We tell fantastical stories. Fantastical.
And we want your comeback to be right. You know what I mean? It got to be right.
Right on cue. It's gonna be right. You know, we go through these things. This is what we do. All right, guys.
No writing for Punk. Niggas got nothing on the board.
We finally made it to the end of another episode of Monday Night Raw, guys. Y'all know what to do in the live chat. Final call for super chat donations. If you want to get a JJ Q&A, that's our milestone goal. If we hit our super chat goal, y'all can get a JJ Q&A that we've been promising y'all for a while. So send last minute super chat donations now, but also in the chat, also in the comments, let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's episode of Monday Night Raw? From me and Top Guy JJ, for the June 1st, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us from Monday Night Raw this week. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
It's right where I'm at. Right at 7. Enjoyable enough for it to be good, but nothing fantastical.
Nothing fantastical at all about this show.
I like that one, I guess.
Thumbs up, I guess. And what was your match of the night, JJ?
I liked Bron and Seth, but I really enjoyed that fatal 4-way with Oba, Solo, Penta, and Carmelo a little bit more.
I'm going to go with Seth and Bron for match of the night. I thought the 4-way was a lot of fun. I thought Rey and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev was a good matchup. But Seth and Bron, that felt like a PLE worthy matchup.
Yeah,
so I think that was an edge above the rest on the show. So I'll give the match of the night MVP for the show, JJ.
I'm MVP. I'm gonna go with Oba Femi. And reason I'm going with Oba is because a lot of people thought it was over. Basically, 24 hours ago, it's over for Oba. It's over. He lost. All that aura is gone, and that showing literally 24 hours later was pretty damn awesome. And it was a great fucking match on top of that. And then, he's got the path. He's won the first round, but he still hasn't taken Brock Lesnar out of his sights.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I'll give it to Oba Femi as well. LVP for the show, JJ?
There's choices.
There are.
Choices.
I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu getting neutered.
God damn, poor Jacob. Yeah, I was thinking about Bayley because she got played during literally her own interview. I was thinking about Adam Pearce for getting sunned by LA Knight, but he sunned him back. Yeah, it's got to be Jacob, man. It's got to be Jacob. Fucked up, but yeah, it's Jacob.
Sad but true. Moment of the night, I'm going to give it to Oba Femi's entrance and pose.
Oh, yeah, the pre-mat, the pre-start. Oh, the Oba Femi pre-start. Slapping everybody out the way and then hitting them with the...
That was perfect. Perfect stuff. And we should mention a special announcement just before we went live. Shawn Michaels on Twitter. He announces that NXT's next premium live event, WWE NXT The Great American Bash, will be on Sunday, June 28th. Why is that date significant? It's going to go head-to-head with AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door.
Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. They've done this before. And it has not gone well for them. Because I think they did this a year ago or 2 years ago, and I have still not watched that Great American Bash. I still don't even know what the fuck happened on that show.
A lot of people didn't watch that Great American Bash.
Yeah, and I think it's going to repeat itself this year too. So, yeah, good job.
I don't understand. And that was already a busy day because AEW announced their date after TNA had already announced that Slammiversary is going to be on that day. Slammiversary had to change their time to the afternoon.
Oh,
but everybody thought that Slammiversary was changing their time to the afternoon because AEW announced their day on the same day, their pay-per-view on the same day. But in actuality, they would probably move because WWE was like, oh, we got something for them. Watch. We're going to put NXT up against them again.
And with this roster?
Facts.
Y'all niggas tripping. Y'all niggas tripping. Yeah. You know what? New LVP is Shawn Michaels, bro. You just gave us all a reason not to watch.
Quite astonishing.
You think I'm gonna watch that shit over Forbidden Door?
After Double or Nothing, you think we gonna take time to watch NXT Great American Bash going head to head with Forbidden Door? You dumb.
Yeah, Sean. You and the WWE LVPs.
JJ, we've made it to the end of another edition of Rated Raw Review. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at Tru Heel _ Top Guy JJ. And on the YouTube channel, I will be back here next Tuesday for Rated Raw Review. Just had to kind of think about that. My schedule for the next probably like 5 to 8 weeks is going to be fucking wild because I'm literally... So I'm still not even sure about Tru Heel Heat this month because I am down my 2 ace managers right now at my place right now. So I'm kind of riding solo. One just went on maternity leave and the other one broke 2 tendons in their foot.
Sheesh.
Well, popped 2 tendons, not broke. Popped.
Goddamn.
So yeah, I'm kind of flying solo. So my days off has to be relatively locked in right now. So I don't have much flexibility for a little while until I get some replacements in there.
Well, we appreciate you for taking the time out on Tuesdays and joining me, good sir. Happy birthday to Christopher in the chat. Happy 38th birthday to you, good sir. Should let us know earlier. We could have sang you a happy birthday and everything. Appreciate you joining us for your birthday in the chat. And it seems like everybody's in agreement with JJ and myself. They're probably watching Forbidden Door over TNA or NXT that day.
Yeah, ain't nobody watching that shit. Yeah, so I remember they did that last year, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm watching both.
Nah.
Especially when Great American Bash probably ain't gonna be that good. And you told me there was a decent match or two in there. I was like, you ain't watching that shit for a decent match or two.
I will probably watch Slammiversary that day, but I'm definitely not watching the NXT show live. But for Top Guy JJ, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. Thank you so much for joining us live. Thank you if you're watching us on demand. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Tru Heel Heat, patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, the best way to support us when we are not live here. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like Tru Heel Heat 383, AAA Noches de los Grandes review, talking about the Mask versus Mask matchup. Check out our WWE Clash in Italy 2026 review with myself and John Escudero. And I will be back live on Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with AE Ramble reviewing tomorrow night's AEW Dynamite. You can join us here on the channel for Tru Heel Heat Cuts, where myself, Benno, Chrissy, and Josh ranked every single title defense from Darby Allin's title reign. That's going to be dropping on the channel tomorrow here, so be on the lookout for that. But we will see you next Tuesday on Rated Raw Review. For JJ, this has been Rated Raw Review number 122, Acknowledgement Day. We are signing off until next time.
Damn, they go up, B. They did to you. What did they do to you?